Okay, so here's the deal, guys. I wanted to make a short video. I just posted a reel kind of talking about this, but we're definitely being lied to about several things. The Iran war, why gas is so expensive, about the Strait of Hormuz, all kinds of different things. And the thing is all of it can't be true. We're being told several different things. I watched a speech with Trump where he said one thing 1 minute and then totally negated himself 5 minutes later. I watched a speech with Hegseth where he did the exact same thing. So they think we're idiots. They think we're dumb and that they can just say whatever they want and we're going to believe it. And I don't do that. I question everything. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I honestly, if you trust the government, you're not very bright, because the government lies to us constantly. And I'm a Trump supporter. I voted for Trump. But something happened. This is not the Trump that I voted for. This is not the Trump that served his first term. Something happened between now and then. And I think it was pretty recent, and I think it has to do with a foreign nation that I'm not going to speak about, that has a lot of interest and a lot of I guess at risk and at play when it comes to the war in Iran. And I think that people from that nation and supporters of that foreign nation are whispering in Trump's ear, and he's believing every word they say because he trusts them. And he is not listening to his intelligence agencies, because I have watched several videos of former intelligence agents who say the CIA, the FBI, whoever, the NSA, they all say that Iran was not a threat to us. And Netanyahu has been saying for 15 to 20 years that Iran is weeks away from making a nuclear weapon. For 15 years, they're weeks away. And when we first started this conflict, or whatever it may be, they told us it was because they were weeks away from making a nuke. And then it went from they have ballistic missiles that can reach France and London. Then it was they posed a threat to us. And you know, you can't. And also they wanted to overthrow the radical government. Well, a country of 93 million, you cannot drop a couple bombs and kill their leaders and overthrow a government. It just doesn't work. It's too big. There's too many people. And it's not going to work. And I pray to God that Trump is smart enough to not put boots on the ground. That would be the worst case scenario. I hate war. I hate it with all my heart. And I wish we could avoid it, but we live in a world where we can't avoid it. One thing Trump said is that basically the military is completely obliterated. The Navy is totally gone. The Air Force, totally gone. Their radars are totally gone. Their drones, all that. He obliterated it all, just like he said back in February about the enriched uranium, that it is totally destroyed. But now we find out that it wasn't, because we've tried to get it. We tried to take it. We tried to negotiate with him. And if he would have destroyed it back in February, then why are we doing that? So we got lied to there. And number one, when we talk about their military being totally destroyed, that's a complete and utter lie. So explain this to me. if their military is totally destroyed, their navy is totally destroyed, then how come they are still controlling the Strait of Hormuz? How come they are still shooting on vessels? And I know that their major ships are destroyed. I understand that these are little speedboats with big machine guns and high-powered guns, and they're shooting at these vessels. But, Hegseth, where he totally negated himself is that, we're in control. We hold all the cards, but yet he says the Strait of Hormuz would be open if it wasn't for Iran shooting at people. Well, obviously. I mean, that was the dumbest thing I had ever heard. So evidently we're not in control. Evidently their military is not completely obliterated, because they wouldn't have control of the strait like they do. And also gas prices. Let's get to that one. My question is why are gas prices so high? Now, I know the entire world economy is being affected by this, even though we get absolutely no fuel, no oil from the Strait of Hormuz. And right now, as we speak, 120 foreign countries are sending 120 oil tankers to the United States to buy our oil. Now, why are we not using our oil to lower our gas prices? Right now, gas in southern Indiana, where it was 2 something or 3 something a couple weeks ago, is now over $5 a gallon in southern Indiana, where gas is always cheap. I don't understand why we're not using our fuel to lower our gas prices. I can tell you one probably reason why is because it has nothing to do with the price of a barrel of oil. It has to do with oil executives getting rich. And I guarantee you, when in January or whenever their reports come out, that they will have received the greatest revenue profit they have ever received. They'll have the highest profit margin ever in history, and also their executives will get huge bonuses. So if Trump really wanted to help the American people, he would sign an executive order or something to lower the gas prices, to get on these oil companies and force them to lower the gas prices, because this is nothing more than price gouging. That's all it is. Okay? So my thing is we're being lied to. Either the military is completely obliterated or it's not. And both of those cannot be true. And we're being lied to in several ways, and I want it to stop. I want those foreign agents to get out of Trump's ear, Mark Levin being one of them, and several others, Jared Kushner and other ones I'm not going to mention, a bigwig. He happens to be a prime minister, but they drug us into this war. This war had nothing to do with us, and I want you to look up something. Look up the Greater Israel Project. That's exactly what this is about, and I will post more on that later. But this whole thing, this whole conflict started to initiate the Greater Israel Project, and look it up, I promise you. But I'll try to post this, and if you have any comments, questions, I'm sure I'm going to get haters, but that's okay. But I'm going to speak the truth. I'm tired of spending $5 a gallon on gas, barely being able to get by, while this unspoken foreign nation has free housing, free health care, free everything. The best, they live longer than us. They make more than us, but yet we send them $6 billion a year for what? They don't do any humanitarian aid. They actually commit other things that start with a G. So we're sending them all this money, and we're living in poverty with high gas prices, and they're living for free with free health care, and we're suffering, and we're helping them just push their agenda along. So something needs to be done, and if enough of us stand up and start pointing this out, then maybe change will happen. But until then, it's not going to. And I would give anything if Charlie Kirk was still alive, because I know he would not stand for this. But I'm sure Trump would have disowned him too, just like he did Tucker Carlson and the rest of them. He used them while he needed them, but the second he didn't need them, or the second they questioned him, he turned on them as usual. But right before Charlie died, getting off topic a little bit, he spoke about this. He was totally against invading Iran. He said, we had no reason to be there. This was Israel's war. Or sorry, not Israel. This was a foreign nations war that is in the Middle East that happens to control our government. And I'll end with this. We don't have to worry about Somalis. We don't have to worry about ISIS. We're already infiltrated. We already have a foreign army living in this country. But I want to end now. You guys have a great day, and God bless.